recovery. Cassandra, hello. God bless you. Sandy, hello. Good evening and God bless you all. How are we all doing this evening? Classy one, welcome in. It's 10:17 on the East Coast, and it is the amazing 7:17 in Arizona. We 3 hours behind. Y'all know how it is. So I'm tapping in this evening with our wonderful 45-minute motivational minute with Coach Kenya, where we talk about mindset, motivation, codependency, facing our fears, facing our fronts, and walking into a bolder version of who we know we are made to be. Good evening, Miss Stephanie and Robbie. Thank you so much for coming in. Super Miss Blah Blah Blah. Is that your name, boo? Super Miss Blah 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 Blah. DS Craft, welcome in. How are you? That's BITC. Welcome in, boo. How you doing? Paula Joe, hello. Queen B, how are you, Elaine? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Tell me where you guys are tuning in from. I haven't done a roll call in a while. Astro, my name is Coach Kenya. This is my backup page. I have over 60,000 followers. I know many of you don't stay in people's rooms that don't have thousands of followers, but I'm here to tell you it ain't about the followers. It's about the content. Don't get confused with numbers. Get focused on the value and quality of what you seek so that you not only are just scrolling through the app, but yet you are adding value, quality, inspiration, motivation, and a desire to be more, do more. Don't live someone else's life through this app. Get up, get out, and do you through this app. Don't wait to watch somebody else come up. Use this app so you can come up. So I encourage you and inspire you to link arms with those who help grow you, make you a better person, encourage you to do more, be more, and strive for more. I pray that for each and every one of you. Welcome in this evening. Dainty, hi. Tiquan, did I say right? Thank you. Tiquan, thank you. Thank you so much, baby, for the lights, and thank you for the gift. Hi, 469 Fly Mom. Hey, boo. Purple Diva is in the building. How we doing on Instagram? Y'all outside over here in these streets. What y'all over here doing? Insta. Instagram over here doing. Stephanie, hello and welcome in. Tiquan, thank you for being here. You are so welcome. Thank you for rocking with me. All right. I know you probably think that I'm about to try to sell you a GLP-1, but I can't sell you something that I've never used. And then you probably think I'm about to tell you some story about my pre and post weight loss surgery experience, but I can't talk to you about something that I haven't quite got to have. But what I can talk to you about is what happens when we have an addictive nature to food, overeating, and the lifestyle of obese natures and behavior. What I can talk to you about is obesity and the form of environmental, cultural, and social overeating. I can talk to you about those things because those are part of my story. Those are part of my truth. And then I can talk to you about what it's like to go from eating 100,000 calories a day from a food addiction to being sober and in recovery. That you can get free from the compulsive, obsessive thinking, controlling, and craving that comes with food addictions. I'm here to tell you that you can get free. There is an option. It just takes a little more work than just hopping on a scale, cutting back on your calories, and not eating sugar. I wish it was that simple, but it's not. And I'm here to tell you that you are not crazy, nor are you lazy. Hi, Miss White. Hi, live your life. How are you? Hi, is it Amawa? Am I saying it right? I would love to tell you that there's a quick trick or a fad, but by the grace of God, I know that only the real true healing comes from reclaiming your life, stepping through those, excuse me, I'm so sorry, stepping through those barriers that once held you captive, and also believing that you're worth more than you've ever experienced in your past. I think a lot of times we're kind of holding on to this version of who we thought we were supposed to be because of this life that we once lived. But the truth of the matter is that doesn't mean that that's the life that we were supposed to live. Circumstances can sometimes put us in spaces that we thought we were supposed to be in, but that wasn't, it was the circumstance. It wasn't our situation. Yes, it's a mindset thing. Listen, I'm telling you, you can be the best rule follower and best structure, most structured person. You can perform absolutely wonderful at work and suck at well care for yourself. You can be on time, prompt, and have a whole schedule for your kids and your family and have nothing in line for yourself. Yeah. It's that easy. Our mindset can convince us that our value of ourselves is so not needed to be focused on, and that as long as we are focusing on what everyone else needs, then we're achieving and receiving some type of personal validation. It's almost like we're getting drunk or high on this approval of other people needing us. But when you really look at it, they don't need us at all. We're actually forcing our way in their lives by doing these things for them that they don't need us to do, but we defined ourselves through these actions of doing things for other people. And then when we no longer capable or able physically, mentally, emotionally, or financially to rise to the occasion for these people that we were once saving, they become angry. They become upset with us. They become mad that we're not able to save them from their own shortcomings. But that's because we should have never been saving them in the first place. When someone once told me that a grown person is supposed to be able to take care of them own themselves and provide for themselves, and that they shouldn't have to call a family member to help save them, I was blown away. I was like, what? She said, listen, your daughter's an adult. Your daughter has a job. Why would you need to help her with the rent if she has an actual job? You have your own business, and she actually gets paid more than you do as your own business because you don't take a salary. How is it that you're helping fix her issues when she makes more money? She has the money. I don't understand why you're helping. And then I began to think about it, like, if she has money to go on trips and travel, but I'm living at the minimal basis because I'm helping her, then how does that make sense? How does that make sense? How am I struggling? Not because I'm struggling because of my bills, but because I'm helping you with your bills. That doesn't make any sense. Why should I be late on my electricity so you can have a roof over your head? I didn't spend your rent money, you did. So you need to make sure you have a roof over your head. Okay, yeah, well, the kids ain't gonna have a place to stay. That's on their mama, not on you. And it's hard to hear that and it's hard to say that, but it's true because what happens in return is then when your rent isn't paid and they serve you with an eviction notice, that same child that you was willing to get evicted for, they're not willing to get evicted for you. Yeah, that's the harsh truth of many of our situations. We're out here sacrificing our souls. But the truth is, the person we're sacrificing, the people we're sacrificing, all of these things for, they would not even think a minute to sacrifice anything for you. Never, ever. If you called them and said that you were stuck in the middle of the road, they'll ask you, can you call somebody else? But you too busy wanting to be needed and needed to be wanted so you can feel validated, loved, and accepted through giving, controlling, fixing, and changing other people's situations. But they're not really concerned about you. But you can't see that because they're accept. Oh, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for everything you do. You shouldn't even be doing all that. And then you mad when your car get on the side of the road and you ain't got nobody to call. You set it up like that. What you mad for? Those are the standards you put in place. Miss White said everyone needs a support system to some type of capacity to a certain degree. Amen. Everybody does. The giver needs the same amount of support system that the taker is getting. Yeah, listen, if you are a giver and you hang around a bunch of takers, then what do you think the result's going to be? It's going to be a whole lot of giving and no receiving. That's the thing. Like, many of us are so used to our identity being wrapped in how much we can solve, fix, and change for people that we don't realize it's enabled them from even having the ability to do those things for themselves or for you if you need it. You understand what I'm saying? If I enable someone to the point that where they never have to resolve anything on their own, then how do I expect them to resolve that thing when I can't? If I need them to then resolve that similar thing for me, they're not going to be able to know how to because they were never forced to rise to the occasion of knowing how to resolve anything because I did it all. Right? It's like I remember one time I got so dependent on my husband that I didn't know the trash days. So the trash came in, you guys. I didn't know. I didn't know when the trash went out. I didn't know when certain bills was due. I didn't know nothing. 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 I got so reliant on it being handled by somewhere else that I didn't even bother to ask questions so that I could at least have the knowledge of how to move. Are you following what I'm saying? It's not that you can't do for those. It's that, are we doing for those to the point of dependency? Are we doing for those for the point of independency? Why are we serving in that capacity, right? Are you following what I'm saying? If what I'm doing is so codependent to the point where you can't flourish on your own, then I haven't done anything but for to hurt you. But if I help you to the point where you can now be empowered and then double back, and on the next rip around, you can fix that situation yourself, then I've done a good deed, because I haven't made you more reliant on having me. I've made you less reliant. So if that situation comes up again, not only can you fix it on your own, but I've empowered you to know how to fix it on your own. That is the difference in fixing something for someone and helping someone fix something of their own. Do you understand what I'm saying? And a lot of times we have to really begin to have these questions because many of us are overextended, outstretched, and overcommitted. That's why we can't get to the gym in the morning. That's why we can't focus on our own. That's why we ain't got time to meal prep. We done took on responsibilities that ain't got nothing to do with us, but we caught up in it. We overcommitted, over accepted. Oh, I'm gonna do it for you. I take it, I handle it. Nevertheless, we needed, the doctor done told us a million times, walk more, eat better, meal prep, watch this, get more sleep, prop your legs up. But we still ripping and running, trying to be superwoman, Superman, Jesus Christ, Mary and Joseph on the lamb, David in the field, and the burning bush and everything all in once. And then we wondering why we done had a stroke. I wonder why too. Ask yourself the question. So these are real live discussions we have to start having with our own behavior. Our own behavior. If you've been on and off a weight loss journey, look at your other relationships, and I guarantee you'll start finding answers to why you can't stay consistent. Most of y'all meddle too much. Y'all meddle too much. Y'all worried about what everybody else's kids, baby mamas, daddies, and husbands is doing. That's why you can't walk every day. You can't get up and stay consistent, go to bed early enough because you're too busy meddling, trying to be in somebody else's drama. So some of y'all meddle too much. Yep. I used to meddle a lot too. That's why I couldn't stay focused on my own stuff because I was too busy meddling in everybody else's stuff. So some of y'all actually meddle too much. Y'all don't even have to be asked to be involved in the family drama. You will put yourself in it because you don't got no other way to be validated and be wanted by somebody. So you better be wanted by negativity than putting yourself in positive. So you wrapping yourself all up in somebody else mess with her and her man and her kids and all of that. When you need to be sent somewhere, getting your butt up so you ain't short of breath when you go to stand up. Focus on yourself. You talking more. You talking more crap than a little bit. And then somebody asks you, have you done what you supposed to? Girl, I ain't had time. You ain't had time because you meddling too much. And y'all know I'm talking to one of y'all in this live. You was meddling too much. Oh, girl, I gotta make sure that she get up in the morning. You need to get up in the morning. What about you getting up in the morning? Girl, I gotta get up and call her every day. How about you getting up? How about that? How about that? How about you get up? How about you put that same energy that you putting in making sure somebody else reach their goals and you reaching your goals? How about that? That's what we talking about on Motivational Monday. How about taking all that energy that y'all all that we are y'all, because not me, I'm pumping all my energy into my goals. Trust. That y'all pumping in everybody else. I want you to pump somebody in yourself. That goal you done set 25 years ago, the 25 pounds you've been trying to lose since you was 18, it's time for you to go on and lose it. That 100 pounds you done lost and gained 95 times, it's time for you to finally lose it for real and focus on yourself and build your own self-esteem, self-belief, self-discipline, and self-dedication up. That's what I want you to do. I want you to focus on a little bit of you and see what happens. I want you to be willing to get up early for yourself. You getting up early to drive somebody else, their kids, and them to a job so they can have money to pay their rent, all the while you at home on disability without a pot to piss in our window, throwing it, living off food boxes, but you won't get up for yourself and do that same thing. Make that make sense? Why? Why is our culture like that? Huh? Why? Why is our culture like that? Why? Does anybody know? You can tap in the chat, put it whatever you want to. I'm reading them. Why? Why is our culture like that? Hey, why? Why? Does it no nobody knows? I don't know why, because I know that I used to be like that, but I can't tell you why. I mean, I watched my mom do it, so I think I was just repeating what I watched my mom do. I think because her mom was like that. I think it's like I think I watched that be the life of my mom. And so in many ways, if I didn't get myself together, that would be my life too. Because that generational curse thing is real. And you'll end up being a participant in the generational curse story and not even know it. Yep. Wait a minute, Miss White, that's a mouthful, ain't it? 50-50 give and take. You're speaking the truth. Yeah, when I go through the topics for the Motivational Mondays, it's always kind of touchy on Motivational Monday, because especially when we get on the talks of people overdoing, because we come from a culture where it says you're supposed to help other people. But the part that people left out of all of that, it actually always said to take care of oneself first. It never once said that you're supposed to be on unalive status, strung out, hopeless, broken down, and struggling, and then keep pouring into somebody else and put no time on trying to solve your. It never said that nowhere else. It said that you might be going something, and in the middle of that something, it's okay for you to serve. It never said in the middle of your something, stop trying to get your something together to go fix somebody else's something. It never said that anywhere. I don't know where it said, but if it is, you let me find it, because that wouldn't make no sense. Why would you help me go fix somebody else's mess? I'm gonna go get you a house, but I'm living in my car. Make it make sense. But anyway, what I'm saying is, there's no rule anywhere that says if I'm in that I can't also take care of me. There's no rule anywhere that says you can't make sure that you're also cared for. For example, if I have an obligation, I'm going to make sure I'm good with my stuff first, and then I'm going to obligate myself to your stuff. I just had this very conversation with someone, repeating the cycle of doing what you saw. Yes. And you don't even, but the thing is, you guys, you won't realize that you're living your mother's, your auntie's, or your grandmother's life until you're living it. You won't know until something smacks you in the face one day and you look around and you be like, this is the same crazy stuff my mom's doing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I just had this very conversation with someone and remove myself from the conversation and situation. Yeah. Like it's because when you because what ends up happening is, if you try to tell somebody, I gotta take some time to do a little bit more for myself, you'll notice that they'll look at you funny, because that means whatever you're doing for them is now decreased. Are you following what I'm saying? Like, say, for example, you've been getting up. You don't have to get up in the morning. You don't got to be at work till 10. So you've been getting up every day at 8:30, taking your friend to work and dropping her kids off to school. She ain't offer you no gas money. She ain't did nothing. But you want to make sure your friend got a job and she can able to take care of his, because you're trying to do right. But nobody's thinking about the wear and tear on your car, the fact that you're missing out on, and nobody's telling you thank you. Nobody's offering you gas money. You're not even getting a gift card, a $5 meal plan, or nothing. All they doing is saying, thank you for picking me up. Thank you for that. You ain't getting nothing else, but it takes gas. A thank you don't drive cars. A thank you does not pay bills. And a thank you does not fill no bank accounts. I've never seen a bank account have $1,000 worth of thank yous in it. Okay. I've never seen it. I've never seen a bank account spend thank yous. Okay. I've seen debit cards spend money, but I've never seen a debit card walk up to you. I've never seen nobody walk up to nowhere and pay for something with a thank you. Okay. I ain't seen it yet. Now maybe you all have seen it, but I haven't seen it. So because those don't pay bills, right? We have to start realizing that it's okay for us to help other people, but that helping has to be reciprocated, because the resources are being siphoned. Do you understand what I just said? Because resources are being siphoned. That's why it's important that we're in situations where there's give and take, because resources are often siphoned when you are a giver. And if you're the only person that's ever responsible for replenishing those resources, what happens when your ability to replenish runs out? That's the thing. Sometimes the strong person does get tired. Sometimes the strong person can't make it through one more situation. Sometimes the strong person has done all they can do and they need a break. Just sometimes. So, strong person, tonight I'm talking to you. It's okay for you to step back and say, I don't care what doesn't get done today. I need a break. I need a moment. I need an opportunity to gather myself and to start over, because I need a break. Sometimes It is the smallest level of validation that can take us the farthest link. The smallest level of validation can take us the farthest link. So I just want to say that tonight to my strong people, like City Boss, welcome in, beautiful. To my strong people, no matter what it's looking like, no matter what you have on your back or what you're carrying, just know you're not carrying it alone. And at any moment, you have a right to put it down and to take a break. Hi, sunshine. Hi, beautiful. You have a right to put it down and take a break. Yep. And it's so interesting how when you begin to talk to people about some of these concepts of giving and taking, equal amount of responsibility, carrying the weight, feeling like the energy from the person that you're rocking with, sometimes when you have these discussions, they don't realize that y'all not on the same page. They don't see things the way you thought they did. And now you're here trying to convince somebody that it's team us when really it was team them and then team you. All right, we are on July 21st, you guys. We are killing it. We are working our way through 365 days of Fear Not, and we've been doing it, you guys. The readings are getting better and better every day. The conversations, the talks. Today's topic is you. Is you. Are you primary, secondary, or not at all? Are you primary, secondary, or not at all? On your list of priorities, are you primary, secondary, or not at all? Are you a taker who's falling in love? Are you a giver who's falling in love with a taker? Falling in love means the people around you can be takers. You can love them. You don't have to. Falling in love doesn't always mean with a partner. Okay. All right, we are on day 216. We made it, y'all. Last night I was so tired, but we came in this thing. We did this thing, and tonight we're gonna do this thing again. It's 10:39, 7:29, and 10:39 East Coast and Pacific, our California time, as they say. We're gonna be reading day 216 in David Komalafi and July 21st in Melanie Beatty. David Komalafi says, I'm gonna cut that down. We got Stan Walker with ultralight beam in the background there. It says, day 216, it says that if you confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God has raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For with the heart one believes unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. Principle: believing God from your heart and confessing with your mouth, strengthening you against fear. I just realized, hi Erica, how are you, beautiful? You guys, I literally just realized I forgot to share the I always share my status with my tribe, and I forgot. My bad. Yes, I'm so sorry. Okay, got it. You guys, I be forgetting. Hi, Keisha. I totally forgot to tell my team I was live, and I've been doing so good the last week. I was reminding them so well, and then today I dropped the ball. So you have to apologize. Please forgive me for dropping the ball. So we're gonna get back now that I've shared the live. Hi, amazing 1935. Now that I've shared the live, we're gonna go ahead and hop right back into that reading. I do apologize if you're just now coming in. My deepest apologies for just now sharing that live out with you guys. I'm so sorry. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I apologize. I was like, how come I haven't seen any of my tribe in the live yet? And then I realized it's because I hadn't shared it with anybody. Miss Cherie always be on it, baby. She be here, okay? But I was looking for the others. Hi, Carol. Hi, Ariel. Hi, Vincic. Is it Vincic? Okay, back to the reading. So the principal said, believing God from your heart and confessing with your mouth strengthens you against fear. Prayer: Lord Jesus Christ, I believe you from my heart and I confess you as my Lord and Savior in Jesus Christ. 2, I believe I'm victorious over all fears in Jesus' name. So One of the things I will tell you that really I struggle with is the fear of losing weight and gaining it back. Now, many people don't talk about this a lot, but it's actually kind of this unhidden fear in the back of your mind. You kind of feel like in fear of gaining the weight back. So everything you do is kind of met with this anxiousness of, I don't want to gain the weight back. I don't want to gain it back. I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to. And what happens is it creates an emotional plateau. And so you're doing everything you're supposed to, all right, but mentally, because you're living in this kind of form of fear, hi queen, you're living in this kind of form of fear of gaining the weight back. You're not really fully present in the journey or losing weight. Thank you, queen. Does that make sense, everybody? Are y'all with me on that one? And so what we want to make sure we're doing is that we're, one, fully engaged, two, having the experience, and three, we're not walking in any forms of fear of gaining the weight back, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So what we do is we come here every night and we talk about how fear can show up in forms of things that's not actually considered fear in the front. It's like fear in the back. It's fear, but it's in the back. It ain't in the front. All right, don't forget to get your daily heart memes, my love. So July 21st says the following: value work. We need to value the simple task of life and the work we do professionally to earn income, fulfill purpose, and bring our gifts to the world. There are so many tasks to be done in life: our personal responsibilities to others, our professional commitments, our responsibilities to ourselves. There is value and honor in work in performing the tasks that make up our daily lives. When we joyfully perform the task of life, whether we're taking care of ourselves or fulfilling a commitment to another, we connect with the very rhythm and workings of life and the universe. Many important spiritual lessons are connected with work. It's better not to use work as an escape, a way to avoid life, but work done with an attitude of honor, love, and joy can be a tool of our spiritual path. Work can take us into the rhythm of life. Work can bring us back to service, back to our hearts, back to our souls. We don't have to leave ourselves behind when we do the task of life. We can take all we've learned into our work, then learn more lessons from the task we do. Remember to the honor and value the work and the tasks that are yours to do, from the smallest to the grandest. Wash the dishes, fold the laundry, hold a business meeting, rake the yard. Each task is important. Value work. Let it connect you to the rhythm of life. I can get with that one. Hi, Tam Tam. How are you? I can get with that one because I think that sometimes we're just moving along doing it because we're doing it just because. But I think that when we value what we're doing, the quality of what we produce is better. When we value what we're doing, the quality of what we produce is better. Yeah. And so I do feel like, and so that kind of goes back to valuing your work on your wellness journey, doing it in a nice, slow, steady pace, doing it with agility, focus, and tenacity, and not feeling like you're gonna fail, not fearing what if it comes back, not fearing how and what am I gonna do if this happens, just enjoying the moment and staying present so you're not living in that fear of what if, but you're living in the excitement of what can I do next? What can I accomplish next? What goal can I achieve next? That's the focus that you want to stand in, not the focus or fear of if I'm going to gain the weight back or can I lose the weight, but doing the journey, eating well, focusing on your mental health, putting more energy in healing past traumas, relationships, situations, and circumstances, and then focusing on a better version of yourself. That's longevity. That's transformation. That's change. Yeah. That's transformation. That's change. Yeah. That's transformation. That's change. And that's what we're looking for. That's the real facts of what we're looking for. We're looking for that type of transformation, for that type of change, you know? Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. What about you? At least that's what I'm looking for. Amen. Yeah. Any questions? Any questions tonight? Any questions tonight? Tonight, do you have any questions tonight? Tonight, 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 tonight. Do you have any questions tonight? No, you guys are quiet. All right. Well, honey, listen, you guys know me. I like to go when you guys are quiet and peaceful, baby. I'm not going to stand there and bother y'all, baby. I'm going to let you go on and go and do what you do. And may God bless you and keep you. May God magnify you. And tomorrow we will do this thing again on Transformation Tuesdays, which is, I like Tuesdays. I think it's because Tuesdays is the first day of the week that I have my group clients. And on Mondays, I have our one-on-one clients. So I'm usually just in a bunch of one-on-one sessions back to back to back to back. But on Tuesdays, I get to have my group clients, and they're always so enjoyable and so funny and fulfilling. So I look forward to seeing them tomorrow. So may God bless you and keep you all. It is 10:48 on the East Coast and 7:48 in the beautiful state of Arizona. So may God bless you all and keep you. And I'll see you all tomorrow night. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.